Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to my channel and welcome to another episode of PSVR Showcase. In this series we're looking at the status of upcoming PSVR games. Sometimes the game might be delayed, sometimes they might get cancelled, we're gonna check it all out. We're looking at big games, we're looking at smaller indie games, we're looking at very good promising games as well as some shitty games. We're looking at all of them throughout this series of videos. Thanks for sticking around. If you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And in today's episode we're gonna start from seeking down a game that at one point everyone been hyped for, but sadly this game went on a very long holiday to the land of disappointment. When the game eventually started to be launched on PC, the developers decided to do it as early access. Some people bought the game just to find out that there is a non-disclosure agreement in place, so they couldn't even stream it or show anything about the game, which been raising some red flags. And then the game eventually come out of early access, released, and sadly it's had very mixed reviews. Now the developers really working hard on updating the game and it's had quite a lot of updates. It's made the game better, but everyone was promised this huge, massive, awesome AAA game, and sadly that wasn't the case. Regarding the PSVR version, this year at the beginning of the year in January they said they still working on PSVR version, but also they said they're working on something else, non-VR, so I'm assuming the game will be playable in non-VR. But PSVR version definitely still coming. At one point they said the game will support new controller, so I'm wondering if it's gonna be 3D ruler, I don't know, maybe it just was their mistake, no idea. So let's hope in time this comes to PSVR, it's gonna receive enough updates to be a better game. Okay, now let's just talk a bit about No Man's Sky VR. I don't need to talk about this game, I just put it in this video because we all so hyped about it. I'm assuming all of you watched this trailer 10 million times now, but have a go and watch it 10 millionth and 1th time. Okay, and Tokyo Chronos now, the game will be coming to us this summer. Well, saying game, it's gonna be visual novel. The game had a very successful Kickstarter. The developers even released demo on Steam and people really liked it. I wonder if this demo ever gonna come to PSVR or not, I don't know. But Tokyo Chronos, for all of you anime fans, manga fans, all of you who are thirsty for some visual novels on PlayStation VR, it's coming. Next one is Dynasty Warriors Coaster, a part of Koei Tecmo VR Sense arcade machines. They said in 2017 them games will be coming to PSVR and they already started to come. We already got Horror Sense, which is actually pretty awesome and pretty scary, sadly only in Japan. No idea if this gonna come anywhere else, but it's coming to PSVR regardless. Next game is Redemption Guild, an online multiplayer RPG, and if you like to play your VR games with your friends, then this one is for you, because up to 4 people will be able to play together. It's got very nice combat system and it's got a lot of going on for it. All crafting and shit is in this game, all RPG stuff is here, big world, good quests and everything else. Just keep in mind that this video is like over a year old, because sadly there's not proper trailer for this game out yet, but the developers keeping us informed all the time. With all the updates, the game keep getting bigger. Sadly they still not giving us a release date or a release window, but we know it's coming. EKOS, it's a shooter in which you are shooting stuff because you want to save the humanity. It's coming from the PlayStation Talents, which is part of Spanish initiative where Sony helps the developers to release their games. This one looks pretty cool, the beasts you killing looks nice as well. You go into like an underwater world, you go underwater, entering some caves, and that's where the action happening.
Lost, but what happened to them? And what is settling?
No one knows. Get to their camp. Maybe then we will find out.
What am I looking at? What is this place?
These caves are puzzling. I'm sure the vegetal species and creatures you are registering have never been seen before. We have to study them. Your suit is designed as a portable chemical lab. You can store different samples and combine them to elaborate useful fluids.
Sarah, this is the place the expedition said come here. It's abandoned.
What did they discover?
Cradle of Sins, it's another MOBA game coming to PlayStation VR, so if you are a fan of MOBA games and you don't have enough of them, or maybe in Megali you found that there wasn't enough content, then you might want to keep an eye on this one. And to finish off, teletrac VR, a brand new upcoming shooter for PlayStation VR and PC VR, in which you fighting against your opponent. It's got like a sliding locomotion, you can teleport yourself across the stage looks beautiful, and this game should be with us this year. And that's it, bye.